Hello and welcome, Pauleh here, and I am playing Colony Survival. Now, let me quickly have a look around to show you what I've been working on. Basically, I've expanded the mine a little bit. Down there it stretches out a little bit more, but I need to do a lot more. We need more resources, we need more iron. So we have a lot of colonists in this town at the moment, and that number's going to continue to grow. Right now my food supplies are okay. As it stands, we have enough food to last for 30 days thereabouts. But we will need to increase that amount, because if I increase the numbers, that is going to drop down quite a bit. We are basically pushing the amount of iron we can mine and smelt per day, making a lot of arrows. We're not dropping down too much, but we are still utilizing a lot. Now, I haven't quite finished working on the wheat farms on that side. I still need to do that. I'm trying to measure it, and I keep cocking up my my numbers, my measuring, so that needs fixing. Haven't finished this either. Still debating if I want it like this. I think I like it. It adds a bit of, I don't know, it just looks different. But at the same time, I like the grass. The grass is really nice. It really is. Like, the grass in this game, the blocks, the detailing on them, it looks cool. Anyway, I've went ahead and built the foundation for these houses. Currently, I just need to get the upper floors completed on them. Slow process. I already done the upper floor on this. Just need to do the loft and roof, and we're done. But this is growing nicely. So this whole area will be covered in houses. Then I'll be able to make a move on this side, and I could start building houses here. Now I'm still thinking, yeah, this is what I want. I want houses here. I want to just fill this area up. I mean, you can already see that we're pushing the amount of colonists we have with our existing houses. I've had to start building basements, which I haven't really continued yet. But, you know. So, yeah, right now I need to work on... Okay, we're going to have the zombies come out. I may as well get out here and defend. I keep losing a whole bunch of people because the zombies spawn on them. Close. Oh, Jesus, mate. Steady on. Steady on. I have a feeling I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. I don't really like it. Maybe just have a bunch of posts with archers on, perhaps. I'm not sure. Or just a low wall. But eventually, you know, I'll be digging up all of this anyway and flattening it out. I have a feeling at some point as this game progresses, I'll expand my colony to take over this outer part, but we'll see. So one thing I would like to do is to go ahead, and one little thing I found out, so let me show you here. While I've been measuring and trying to work this out, one neat little trick is that when I do this, when I mark all this out, it turns to dirt when I set a wheat farm. If I set it to a forester, maybe it will work with other stuff, but forester, and we just mark this place out, bosh, it turns it back to grass. So you can then remove the area after that. So that's a really nice way of, you know, doing this. Just figured I'd share that little tip. Anyway, I need to measure this out at some point. Get the wheat farms, the additional wheat farms down, and probably have 2 rows on both sides, and then we'll be able to work and move around. So we've got wheat farms on both sides, and I can probably get rid of the ones out front. We're gonna need a lot of food, that is for certain. I've also widened this now, so it's like 3 blocks all the way around. It looks a bit bulkier, it looks a bit, just looks better. And I'm going to have to do that on each corner. I also like this design for the outer wall. It makes it look decent. We've had a few zombies spawn down in the water. Not much I can do with that though. But yeah, we have a ridiculous amount of zombies. A ridiculous amount. I mean, I could just make a single bottleneck, which probably wouldn't be that difficult, and not bother having these zombies killed on their way. But the problem is then my workers, as they finish working and try to, you know, head home, they're gonna get stopped, they're gonna get attacked and killed, and that's no good. That would be no good at all. Look at them, just an endless row. It'd be kind of cool to have stats for each worker, or each guard, just to see how many kills they've gotten. I'm sure some of them are crazy by now. Okay, so a new blog post went out. It was talking about new blocks that were going to be added to the game. I'm pretty sure they're not in it at the moment, I can check. But there have been some changes. And there's going to be a whole bunch of new job roles, so I'm going to need new areas for all this. Okay, we've got the cache there, workbench, here we go. Yeah, so the new blocks aren't in game yet. There's going to be science packs, there's going to be linen, there's going to be clothes and so on. So I want more areas to work on. Now I'm thinking the way I'm going to do this, because I'm still determined to make that over there all houses. So two ways we can do this is have it overground or underground. And right now what I'm thinking is this little area here we could turn into some sort of building, a structure. I mean, there's room for it here and room for it here, so we could build something. I was thinking maybe some long buildings, I'm not sure. It's gonna be a work in progress, but we could get this down this side and that side. Maybe little storefronts, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's currently my plan. Still trying to work out what I should do here. I feel like it's too much stone, it looks weird, but why isn't this hooked up? I don't know, the waterways just look kind of nice. You know, once we've got all these little patches on here, got the flowers in there, I could even add trees and stuff. I think that would look really good. In fact, if I was going to add a sapling, we'd want one, maybe one here, one there. So, just see how this looks. Maybe no good, but we won't know until we try. Give those a couple of days to grow, and we'll see what the effect is. So yeah, I'm going to have to clear all these fields, so I know we've got a lot of food. The houses are almost done. I've seen some pretty fancy builds which are quite cool. I definitely recommend hitting up the Steam community group and checking out all of the different you go to the screenshot section and just check that out. A lot of inspiration there, a lot of cool things. But yeah, that is so weird. I don't know how that happens where you go into this like fly mode, because you get stuck in a Anyway, how are we... So yeah, I think I've hit a bottleneck. We don't seem to go past 34,000 often. That seems to be my limit, so I can stay a month ahead, which is a good amount. But if I double the amount of colonists, you know, that number's going to be half the amount. Also, I'm still working on this this thing here. Should we go ahead and lower it? I just filled in so much there. Okay. So we can now just dig all this out. I don't know if this is going to look any good, but... There we go. Honestly, I think it looks okay. It lowers us down into the water a little bit. Still need to work out what to do here. Part of me wonders if I should get rid of all this. But I don't know. Maybe have these sections lowered. That could be kind of neat, like we lower all this wooded area down by 1 block. How would that look? Do I have any more of this wooded? I used a lot of black planks building my, building the new houses. Oh, the only problem is then, as you're walking up, you're going to see planks. Okay, that may not work. Never mind. It was an idea. It was an idea. I could still do it over here if I wanted. Just not in this main section. But yeah, my colony is pretty well self-sufficient at the moment. We're protected. I've got quite a few colonists. I can expand that number as well. I don't know where else to put them though. I could go around and surround the outer side. I mean, it's definitely overkill, but... I mean, it certainly is overkill, for sure. Just adding a bunch of colonists going around. All the way around the edges of the sim. It's kind of needless. I almost prefer just leaving them so the zombies make their way and eventually just conjugate at the entrance of my colony to where they'll be killed by, you know, a concentrated amount of fire. But at the same time, if I plan to expand outside the walls of my colony, out here for instance, we're going to need to make sure that my workers are protected on their way back. So having these guys is definitely going to be a must-have. In fact, let's go ahead and set up some more. So the way it starts is there. Okay. See, a lot of my wheat farmers are dying. And I can always add the extra beds into the new houses on the ground floor until I get the top floor done. Most of the time those beds are going to be empty because we're going to have people up here. But yeah. It was every other, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. One thing I do wonder is if I should have like had them further out, you know what I mean? I made that little block to stand on. Yeah, I'm screwing it up. There we go. Now we want to recruit 21. Oh, I actually had the beds for these. Jesus. Okay. So that increased the amount of food. Let's see if we'll get the people come down here and get in position. And then we can work on the back row. I think they have to actually go to a... Oh, that's right, because you can't go from there back to here. That's something I need to work on. So they're coming all the way around. But there's definitely something I gotta work on. It's not exactly rapid response, is it? Come on. Actually, you know what I need to do? The corner towers do need to be raised. I forgot about that. As in, this needs to be raised up. The same as that one over there. I don't know how high though. These guys come in. Okay, they're finally come in. Let me go measure this quickly. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's easy enough. Look at that. They're lining up, they're getting ready. Oh yes, this place is going to be very, very secure. But the idea of all these archers is that we just whittle down their numbers so they don't get that many coming to the front door. But it still might be too many for us, you know. So that is something I'm going to have to be careful of. And I'm also going to need to increase this. That isn't too much of a problem. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the towers built, and hopefully the next time you see this, we should have the houses finished as well. And I should be able to make a start on the farms on the edge. Anyway, until then, thank you for watching.